Anybody that has a job and isn't going to be at home during the day is a potential victim.
That warning tonight from state police as they try to find who is responsible for a string of arsons at Central Kentucky homes.
Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders brought his campaign to Lexington tonight when he told a large crowd that gathered to hear him.
How some students at Transylvania University want to honor a classmate who died in an accidental fall.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening. Thanks for watching tonight. It was a cool and rainy day across much of the state. We even though saw some storms.
And it doesn't look like tomorrow's weather will be any better. We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey and your no-wait weather forecast.
Guys, got to blame a big area of low pressure right on top of the Ohio Valley, giving us the ugly weather today and likely another ugly day coming up tomorrow. As you mentioned, northwesterly flow, and look at the circulation with the satellite and the radar going around that big area of low pressure, upper levels and at the surface here across parts of the Buckeye State, throwing those showers and thunderstorms southward into the Bluegrass State. On and off today, had some hail-producing storms, even with temperatures at times upper 40s and low 50s, and you were having some strong thunderstorms with that. Just a lot of lift in the atmosphere earlier today. Chilly temperatures out there too. Now the rains that are out into southern Kentucky will begin to decrease, but northerly winds are going to usher in a few more showers as we go through the first half of the day tomorrow. Some of us, if you have a clear sky outside your house in the morning, you will hit the upper 30s to begin the day. Mid 50s to upper 50s, as good as it gets tomorrow afternoon with chilly conditions. We're going to focus on that and the all-important Derby weekend, guys. A few thunderstorms going to try to threaten Derby weekend. We'll have that new hour-by-hour updated forecast at 11:12.
Chris, thank you. Tonight, state police now believe 5 fires that damaged or destroyed homes around central Kentucky are connected, and they fear the people responsible could strike again.
Police say the fires were set over the last week in Jessamine, Fayette, Scott, and Garrett counties. They say that anyone who works during the day could be at risk. Monique Blair is at the live desk now with our top story at 11. Monique?
Well, Sam and Amber, Kentucky State Police say in each of these 5 cases, the homes are unoccupied, broken into, and then set on fire.
Scapa librarian Mikkel Sarantakos was at work Monday morning when she got a call she'll likely never forget.
She came running in crying and she said, Beth, my house is on fire. My neighbor just called me. And so I said, go. And so she went running out of here.
Scapa principal Beth Randolph says the school is now collecting donations because Sarantakos, her husband, and her daughter have to essentially start over. But it's the items they'll never get back that hurts the most.
All her pictures, her wedding dress, her husband's Navy jacket.
Not only are they breaking in and taking a few things, but they are burning somebody's house down, displacing a family, destroying memories, items that have sentimental value, and it really is a sad situation.
Police believe whoever is committing these crimes may be scouting out the homes first, so they are urging essentially every homeowner in central Kentucky who may not be home during the day to keep a close eye on what's going on in your neighborhood and to call police if anything appears suspicious.
The biggest thing for us is stopping it before another family is displaced, before another family loses their home.
Now, police are asking anyone with surveillance cameras who live near one of those fires to look at the video near the time of the fire to see if they caught anything suspicious on video. At the live desk, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Monique, thank you. The State Police Arson Task Force is offering up to a $1,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and the conviction of those responsible for starting these fires. The firefighters say a fire that damaged a Clark County home today is not connected to these cases. The fire started late this afternoon on Ecton Road, east of Winchester. Firefighters say neighbors saw flames coming from the roof and called for help. No one was inside the home at the time, but firefighters say some pets died in the fire. They say the home has severe damage. Firefighters are not sure what caused the fire, but they do not think it's suspicious.
Tonight, Donald Trump is the last man standing in the Republican race for the White House. He is now the presumptive GOP nominee after Ohio Governor John Kasich dropped out of the race today. Greg Boswell has the latest from the campaign trail.
Donald Trump might give voters a preview of what his administration would look like. He told Fox News he may announce his proposed cabinet before the Republican convention in July.
I think it would be well received.
The presumptive nominee said his running mate will likely be a person with political experience. On CNN, Trump said he may consider John Kasich.
I would be interested in vetting John. I like John. I've had a good relationship with John.
The Ohio governor pulled the plug on his presidential run Wednesday.
I have renewed faith, deeper faith, that the Lord will show me the way forward.
Ted Cruz suspended his campaign following a stunning loss to Trump in Tuesday's Indiana primary. A new poll shows Hillary Clinton holds a 13-point lead over Trump in a head-to-head contest. Clinton says she's gearing up for a nasty race.
I think he is a loose cannon, and loose cannons tend to misfire.
The Democratic frontrunner has 92% of the delegates she needs to win her party's nomination. But fresh off Tuesday's big win in Indiana, Senator Bernie Sanders told CBS News anchor Scott Pelley he has no plans to quit.
I'm going to be in it until the last vote is cast.
Sanders admits his path to victory is very narrow. Sanders believes he is the only Democrat who can beat Trump in November. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
After winning the Democratic primary in Indiana yesterday, Bernie Sanders spent the day here in Kentucky making stops around the state. He finished the day with a rally at Heritage Hall in Lexington. And as Garrett Weimer tells us, there was a big crowd on hand.
Back in the bluegrass for a second day, Bernie Sanders rallied supporters in Lexington.
I know enough about Kentucky to know you have a great history of basketball teams here. And if you're watching a basketball game, that's a spectator sport. Democracy is not a spectator sport.
Campaign signs turned the crowd into a sea of blue at times as Sanders called for a $15 minimum wage, tuition-free college, and universal health care. Supporters were ready with shirts, signs, and even Bernie Sanders string-dolled necklaces paying tribute.
We started selling them in the fall, and so we've sold probably over 100 Bernie dolls to 7 Trump. So.
With renewed hope after a win in Indiana, supporters here at the rally tell me they still have hope that Sanders will win the Democratic nomination.
It's not over yet. I mean, the DNC is trying to do what they can to rig this election for the other person running for the Democratic nomination, and people like me are saying, no, it's not over yet.
Sanders told the crowd he's not giving up, asking for them to vote for him on May 17th.
Let Kentucky help lead this nation into the political revolution. Thank you all.
In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
We are told nearly 5,500 people showed up at tonight's rally. Sanders is scheduled to appear in West Virginia tomorrow.
Friends of a young father who died in a trench collapse tell us he was a kind person who loved his family. Investigators say 22-year-old Tyler Williams of Menifee County died this morning in the collapse along Todd's Road in Lexington. Construction has been going on in that area recently. Friends say Williams was married and had 3 young children. People living nearby say they didn't know what had happened at first.
The fire truck was on scene, and there was people down in the ditch trying to dig the person that's down there out, and the fire department made them get out in fear of the ditch collapsing on them.
The coroner believes Williams suffocated under the dirt and gravel. Investigators are not sure what caused that trench to collapse, but OSHA and the Kentucky Labor Cabinet are looking into it.
A judge plans to rule in the next few weeks whether a lawsuit against Governor Bevin should be dropped. Attorney General Andy Beshear filed the lawsuit saying the governor overstepped his authority by cutting state funds from public universities from the current budget. The judge heard more arguments in the case today.
The governor can, and I believe he should, go ahead and release these funds. It's $18.7 million. That's critical to the universities. It's not going to really change the overall numbers for the next budget, and as the governor's general counsel admitted today, it would just sit.
Let's don't just spend all this money because it's been appropriated to you. Let's try to save some of it so we can try to solve this pension crisis.
Beshear said the lawsuit is not personal, despite the growing feud between Governor Bevin and the Beshear family.
New tonight, students at Transylvania University have come up with a way to remember a classmate who died in an accident. 22-year-old Katie Stewart died in March after falling from an overlook at Raven Run in Lexington. In a Facebook post, Transylvania University says its senior class is now raising money to build a pavilion in her memory. If you'd like to help out, we have information at WKYT.com.
If you got stuck in traffic on northbound Interstate 75 in Lexington tonight, here's why. State road crews closed 2 lanes at the Paris Pike exit at 6:30 tonight to finish bridge deck patching operations. At one point, that caused traffic in the northbound lanes to back up for miles. But by 9:30 tonight, traffic was back to normal as the work had been finished.
The Lexington Hearing and Speech Center making a disturbing discovery after laying off a longtime bookkeeper. What police say she stole from that organization in 9 minutes.
And then how family members say a Kentucky woman risked her own life to save a relative during a shooting.
The average teenager sends over 100 text messages a day. But does your son or daughter know how easy it is for their texts to come back to haunt them? The side of texting you rarely think about. Thursday at 6 on WKYT. Kentucky mornings start here. Breaking and overnight news, weather to plan your day, plus traffic you can take with you. Make WKYT This Morning part of your Kentucky morning. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 on WKYT.
With a heavy-duty welded steel deck and exclusive smooth track steering, the Hustler Raptor zero-turn mower doesn't play around. It's got the power to turn your weekend to-do list into your weekend to-done list. The legendary Hustler Raptor family starting at just $27.99. Tools, not toys.
Get your Hustler mower at Huss Equipment in Nicholasville and Valley Farm Equipment in Science Hill.
Clients come into the office. The government has said, no, I don't believe you. You're not disabled.
The major problem with Social Security disability is that most people who sign up are denied at the initial level. If your claim's denied, don't give up. Call us immediately. We'll appeal your case.
We can do an effective job of representing you that will get you the benefits that you deserve.
Call Morgan, Collins, and Yeast, 1-800-55-WILDCAT.
Here's a fun way to control your luck. It's a game called Keno. You can start with $1. You pick your numbers, your odds, and your wager. And the winnings, well, they could be major. Just pick your numbers and hope you win. A few minutes later, you can play it again. Now play Keno wherever Kentucky lottery games are sold.
At Frontier Nursing University, our mission is to educate nurse midwives and nurse practitioners through distance education. With 75 years in Kentucky, our students and graduates have a passion for personalized care for women and families. Do you share this passion? Visit frontier.edu.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on Mix 94.5. Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Much of the eastern part of the country with a little case of the uglies out there over the past couple of days, and it's going to roll on for at least another day or so. The big dip in the jet stream we've talked about for the better part of a week is here. Look at the northerly winds now across the eastern half of the country. That northerly flow, by the way, goes all the way into parts of the deep south. High pressure across the plain states. Here's a cold front right on top of the Ohio Valley down into the Tennessee Valley. Low pressure here. Those northerly winds are screaming right off the Great Lakes toward the Bluegrass State. Had some showers and thunderstorms a little earlier. A lot of that stuff, though, has started to weaken into southeastern Kentucky. Some clear skies showing up into parts of central and eastern Kentucky now, allowing temperatures to already drop into the 40s. And in some cases, your back porch thermometers reading low 40s. Tomorrow morning, a few spots are in the upper 30s to begin the day. Hello, May. Into the afternoon, it's a mix of sun and clouds, and at any point tomorrow, a gusty shower could move through where you are. Temperatures that will top out into the mid and upper 50s on a day that should feature highs into the 70s. First thing tomorrow morning, that northerly flow will usher in another little round of some clouds and some showers. 30s where we have some clear skies to around 40 for areas with some clouds and a shower. Mix of sun and clouds at noon, but look at the numbers into the 40s. Tomorrow afternoon, mid, upper 50s. Watch the northeastern sky for the threat for a shower or thunderstorm at any point into the afternoon. Friday starts out on a chilly note again with low 40s out there. Look at eastern Kentucky. We're going to hang on to some clouds. Would not be surprised if we still don't have a shower into the eastern half of Kentucky at some point on Friday. Now, Friday, it's the beginning of our Derby weekend. Kentucky Oaks, Churchill Downs. 70 right now, Louisville into the afternoon. Should be a partly sunny sky most of central Kentucky with upper 60s by that time. Got a big Derby party on Friday evening. About a Derby Eve party Friday evening. Low 50s. First thing on Kentucky Derby Saturday, we've got a warm front making its way across the area that may spit out a little light shower at some point early in the day on Saturday. We break out into sunshine and temperatures that will be into the upper 70s. And by the evening, a line of showers and thunderstorms crashes in. Now, does that line get in 6 o'clock? Does it get in 8, 9, 10 o'clock? I would kind of hedge my bets, if we're betting on Derby, by the way, toward the latter part of the evening, but a very, very close call. Still a shower chance far east on Oaks Day. Derby days mainly dry until the latter part of the day, heading into the evening with a threat for some thunderstorms that will show up during that time. Mother's Day, a scattered shower thunderstorm with some sunny breaks in there. But the overall pattern, once we get into later this weekend and next week, will feature a stalled out boundary across the Plain States into the Ohio Valley. Rounds of thunderstorms coming back into play during that time. So let's climb the temperature ladder. 58, 69, 77 over the next 3 days. And again, threat for a late day shower thunderstorm right now for Kentucky Derby Saturday.
It's darn right chilly outside tonight.
Yeah. Wait, if you're up in the morning around 6, 7, 8 o'clock for a little run, it's going to be really chilly.
Amber here had the heater going in the newsroom.
I did.
Did you really?
Yeah, I broke it out again.
I would imagine a lot of people are cranking the heat.
It was kind of dusty. It had dusted off.
Gets that smell?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very pleasant. Thanks, Chris. Well, the rumors have been going around for weeks, and tonight Janet Jackson made the big announcement about her family. That's in 8 minutes.
To persevere, to overcome, to triumph. These are the rhythms that beat in the heart of a champion. Kroger salutes the triumph of the human spirit. The garland for the 142nd Kentucky Derby will be adorned with more than 400 Freedom Roses, carefully selected by expert Kroger florists. Let the trumpet sound and let freedom ring.
You may be entitled to $1,500 for each call you've received from any company collecting a debt. Seems too good to be true, but it's the law.
Are you tired of juggling your finances and can't afford those remodeling projects?
Surplus Sales has laminate flooring starting at 69 cents per square foot, including free underlayment with purchase.
Come on down to Surplus Sales for some great deals.
My dad always said God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, to listen twice as much as you talk if you want to get things done. I moved my office from the top floor to the first floor when I was elected mayor to hear people's ideas. I took their ideas and cut waste, turned a deficit into a surplus, and helped create thousands of jobs. I'm Jim Gray, and I approve this message because both parties have good ideas. It just takes someone to listen.
Someone else can get them dressed. Someone else can push the swing. Someone else can fix their lunch. Someone else can tuck them in. But they don't want someone else. They want you. Get checked for breast and cervical cancer. For information on free screenings, call 1-844-249-0708.
For many Kentuckians, Oaks Day is Kentucky's special day at the races. Yet until 1991, there was no garland to crown our champion filly. Then Churchill Downs commissioned the Kroger Floral Shop to create a special garland. And so a tradition was born. On Friday, the fillies will run for the lilies. A new First Lady of Racing will be crowned. And Kroger will send her flowers.
Who is Lexington Blue? I know. Do you? Check them out on Facebook.
Tonight, Lexington police say a woman stole more than $150,000 from the Lexington Hearing and Speech Center while she worked there as a bookkeeper.
58-year-old Jan Malden now faces fraud and theft charges. Police say she stole money from the center between 2009 and 2015 and used it for herself.
For personal expenditures, vehicle rentals, vacation stays, hotel stays, limousine rentals, things that obviously would not be consistent with the day-to-day operations of a nonprofit.
Police say Malden was laid off as a bookkeeper last December because her position was outsourced. A short time later, a routine audit found the money was missing. In a statement, leaders of the Lexington Hearing and Speech Center said their operations have not been threatened because of the theft.
New tonight, family members say a Taylor County woman saved a relative's life during a shooting. Police say Shanitria Vaughn was with her cousin, her uncle, and a friend, Brianna Washington, at a home in Campbellsville over the weekend. They say that William Calhoun showed up at the home and began shooting. Washington was shot and killed, but Vaughn's mother says Vaughn used her body to protect her uncle.
She pushed him out the way. She took those many bullets. One died. She saved another. They didn't get one bullet, and she took every one. And she said, "Why me?"
Vaughn's mother said part of her spine broke off in the shooting, and she had surgery today at a Louisville hospital. Police have charged Calhoun with murder and assault. They say he knew the woman killed Brianna Washington.
New tonight, Richmond police have arrested a couple accused of abusing a 13-year-old girl. Police charge Clyde and Michelle Richardson with criminal abuse. Police say last week, Clyde hit his daughter, causing 2 black eyes and bruising around her scalp. They say Michelle, the child's stepmother, knew about the abuse but didn't do anything to stop it. Police think the abuse had been going on for a while. The child is now with social services.
New tonight, police have found a man wanted in a Franklin County kidnapping case. Dre Valentine was booked into the Franklin County Jail this afternoon. He's charged with kidnapping and impersonating a police officer. Police say that he and former Constable Thomas Banta posed as police and interrogated a 17-year-old for hours after accusing him of stealing a safe. Banta faces the same charges along with promoting prostitution. Police claim he ran a prostitution ring out of his private security business. New tonight, the U.S. Justice Department has weighed in on a North Carolina law that limits protections to gays, lesbians, and transsexuals. The Justice Department says the law violates federal civil rights laws and ordered North Carolina's governor to confirm by Monday that he will not implement the law. The Justice Department says the state could face legal action. The governor responded by saying the Justice Department is displaying, quote, overreach. The law has sparked protests in recent weeks.
New tonight, singer Janet Jackson says she is pregnant with her first child. The announcement comes 2 weeks before her 50th birthday. There's no word on when the baby is due. Last month, Jackson announced she is postponing her tour to start a family with her husband. Her scheduled tour date in Lexington was delayed earlier this year and couldn't be rescheduled. A planned concert this summer in Louisville was also delayed. An annual Kentucky Derby Festival tradition rolled down the Ohio River in Louisville tonight. The Belle of Louisville and the Belle of Cincinnati competed in the Great Steamboat Race, and for the first time in 5 years, the Belle of Cincinnati won. The boats raced 7 miles down the river, starting in downtown Louisville before returning. This was the 54th year for the race. You know the Derby is getting close when the boats are racing there.
Yes, you do. And speaking of that, the posts are drawn and the odds are now set for the Kentucky Derby, Rob.
Yes, they are. We will hear from veteran trainers Doug O'Neill and Bob Baffert, who is in a much different position than he was 1 year ago. And things just do not seem to be getting any better for the UK women's program. We'll have the latest next on WKYT.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on Wild 103.9.
We're cleaning out and clearing out. But PRAD Spring Clearance Event ends Tuesday. Save up to half off. 0 interest till 2018 with no money down. Savings as good as up to 3 times the state sales tax break. Ends Tuesday.
Nobody beats PRADS. Here's a fun way to control your luck. It's a game called Keno. You can start with $1. You pick your numbers, your odds, and your wager. And the winnings, well, they could be major. Just pick your numbers and hope you win. A few minutes later, you can play it again. Now play Keno wherever Kentucky lottery games are sold.
Mother's Day is Sunday, May 8th. Come to Pandora of Lexington in the Fayette Mall.
If your home or business has suffered damages due to storms, fire, water, or theft, we have an experienced team that can help you with your insurance claim. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
PRAD Spring Clearance Event is back. Don't pay $6.99 for this Whirlpool Cabrio top-load washer. Now $4.99. A Manna French door refrigerator, $12.99. Plus savings as good as up to 3 times the state sales tax break.
Nobody beats PRADS.
Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is $138 million.
Crispy, crunchy, cheesy. Papa John's new pan pizza, loaded with cheese that bakes into a delicious crust. Get our new pan pizza with up to 3 toppings for just $10
at papajohns.com.
If I could build a friend, I'd fill her with qualities on which I can depend, like patience, understanding. She's there when I need her. My best friend yet.
Show Mom you care with a gift from Kroger.
Treat Mom to a dozen private selection roses for just $10. And first of the season sweet red cherries are $3.99 a pound. Happy Mother's Day from Kroger.
It could happen to you. The care that your loved one requires is more than you can provide, and you find yourself relying on a nursing home. If you currently have a loved one in a nursing home and you have concerns, you're not alone. At Care Command, our licensed nurses perform a specialized review on your behalf, evaluate the care, and provide you with the information you need to ensure your loved one is receiving the best care available. Becoming your voice, getting answers for you. Care Command.
Get ready for Kroger's Kentucky Derby Festival, April 28th through Derby Eve, and be a part of America's greatest community festival with 9 full days of local and national act concerts, the infamous Chow Wagon, various festival events, and more. Admission is free with a 2016 Pegasus pen, $5 at your neighborhood Kroger, and $7 at events.
Hurry into Kroger for half boneless ribeye or strip steak for $7.99 a pound. And get 2 packages of strawberries for $4. Great food, low prices at Kroger.
Crispy, crunchy, cheesy. Papa John's new pan pizza, loaded with cheese that bakes into a delicious crust. Get our new pan pizza with up to 3 toppings for just $10
at papajohns.com.
One week after Matthew Mitchell called a news conference to explain the upheaval in his program, another player is leaving, Alexis Jennings. Jennings, a sophomore post player, still has a couple years eligibility left. She started 18 games last season. Mitchell said he was alerted today that Jennings wanted to leave. He said he talked last week about giving players a clear path forward at UK. He said it saddened him that Jennings did not see a path at Kentucky. Mitchell now only has 5 players left from last season. He also has a recruit and a transfer. The father of Isaiah Briscoe has told Draft Express that his son is now working out for NBA teams. Today, the San Antonio Spurs. Briscoe did not receive an invitation to take part in the NBA Combine. And Marcus Lee sent out a Twitter message today saying he is excited to participate in this year's Combine, which will begin 1 week from today in Chicago. Lee was originally on a list of alternates. The field is set for the Derby, and as expected, Nyquist is the early favorite. Trained by Doug O'Neill, Nyquist is undefeated in 7 career races. He's at 3-1. He'll break from post 13. Exaggerator will be the second choice Saturday, with Creator, Gunrunner, and Mohaymen the co-third choices. Let's take a look at the field now. Long shot Trojan Nation on the rail. Sudden breaking news next to him. Creator is at 10-1. Then Motom, another long shot. Gunrunner at 10-1. Then it's My Man Sam, Oscar-nominated Lonnie, Destin, and Whitmore. Exaggerator, second choice at 8-1. Tom's Ready, post 12. The favorite Nyquist will come out of the 13 hole. Mohaymen is next to him at 10-1. Then Outwork, Shagaff, Bob Baffert's horse, More Spirit at 12-1. Majesto, Brody's Cause, trained by Dale Roman, post 19. And Dancing Candy is on the extreme outside.
I think more than anything, the horse is training great. He's just giving off such great vibes. His appetite is strong. We went to visit the gate crew, Scott Jordan and the boys over there, and they got along with him brilliantly. So we're just very optimistic for a huge Saturday.
I don't like to get too excited because, you know, we're coming in. If you're a long shot, hey, enjoy the long shot roll because we're having fun now. Last year we were under the gun, and so we were, you know, everybody was, all the eyes were on us, but now we're enjoying it. You know, it's a different vibe for me, but I still think we have a good, he's as good as any horse in the race.
Coach Mark Stoops confirming on the SEC teleconference this morning that UK will hold several satellite camps in 3 states. Last week, the NCAA Board of Governors removed a ban on the camps, which had become kind of a trend in college football recruiting, and Kentucky will take part.
I don't think we'll overdo it. We want to continue to get players on our campus throughout the summer, and our coaches work very hard to get prospects on our campus at our camps, and so we want to continue to work that angle as well. But we will take part. We'll do several in Florida. We'll do a couple in Ohio and one in Georgia as well.
Last night, the EKU Colonels rallying to knock off Kentucky 5-4. Eastern trailed 4-0 before mounting the comeback. And reliever Chris Cervantes did an incredible job to shut out the Cats over the last 6 innings. Kentucky got only 1 hit after the 3rd.
Yeah, I felt really confident. And I mean, once the momentum went our way, it just felt great. And then knowing that my teammates would make great plays, like Mandy diving over there and third base dugout making that play. Cole's ground ball up the middle where easily it could have gone through, went over and made a great play as well.
And the Reds hit 4 home runs this afternoon and beat San Francisco 7-4. We'll be right back.
Negotiating an injury settlement with an insurance company directly without an attorney may seem like a good idea at first. After all, you get the whole pie. But studies by the insurance industry itself found that settlements are much larger when the injured person is represented by an attorney. Hi, I'm Kevin Renfro of the Becker Law Office. Most importantly, even after the attorney's fee is paid, you still get more than settling by yourself. Don't go it alone. Serious, experienced results. Call the Becker Law Office. Just dial 3.
Step right up for something fun. For just $1, the excitement's begun. The game's called Keno, and you can play it in an alley. Or you can play it with your best friend, Sally. You can play it here or there. You can play it almost anywhere. Play with many numbers or just a few. How you play is all up to you. You can put down a little or put down a lot. So what do you say? Give Keno a shot. Just pick your numbers and hope you win, and a few minutes later, you can play it again. Now you can play Keno wherever Kentucky Lottery games are sold, fueling imagination, funding education.
What we do is not about sickness. It's about living. All of life's moments, big and small. Each triumph and challenge. Because you were made to live, and live well. And we're here to make sure you do. Let us show you how care is supposed to be. Lexington Clinic. Your doctors for life.
Dawn?
Ned?
Trump?
Cruz?
Congress?
Mike Pape. You?
Yeah, Mike Pape. Unlike James Comer, who refuses to repeal Obamacare, Mike Pape will repeal Obamacare.
And unlike Comer, who's for Obama's amnesty, Mike Pape is against amnesty and will build the wall.
Mike Pape is a trusted conservative.
He'll make America great again.
I'm Mike Pape, and I approve this message.
It's a new tradition and an inspirational story. Nominated by friends and family, 142 cancer survivors will walk the racetrack at Churchill Downs on Kentucky Oaks Day. At Kroger, we're proud to sponsor these courageous survivors as they showcase the strides being made toward a cure. Join us Friday for the Kentucky Oaks Survivors Parade before the 142nd running of the Kentucky Oaks.
At Hair Win, we've been helping people for 125 years.
If you've been injured in a life-changing accident, we can help.
Contact us at helpingkentucky.com.
Hair Win. Visit helpingkentucky.com.
Who is Lexington Blue? You still don't know? Check them out on Facebook.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you, like WKYT on Facebook. Get WKYT news and weather updates on News Radio 630 WLAP.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is less than a minute away here on WKYT. Tonight's guests include Anthony Mackie and Rob Reiner.
And we're also featuring Chris Bailey back here in Lexington.
With some angry emojis again for the day tomorrow. I'm sick of the sad, ugly faces.
Gosh.
Yeah, they're kind of snarling at us. Temperatures tomorrow in the 50s. Derby weekend, we'll throw some shades on there for Saturday. Could be a late day shower or thunderstorm. Most of the day looks to be on the dry side. Mother's Day could be a little better chance for scattered showers and some storms.
We like those Saturday emojis. That's the way they're supposed to be.
Got the shade.
I like those disgruntled emojis.
Thanks so much for watching tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.